Hello, my name is Tamiaka Killins. I welcome you to our parent open house for Algebra 1 prep. I'm going to go ahead and share a screen with you to show a wonderful PowerPoint that I've created. There we go. So there's my name, how to spell it. Some people tend to add A's or E's in there, and then of course I don't receive your email. It's all I's, Killins. That is the email that's preferred. That's the email that if you want to reach me, that's the best way. There's other emails, I just receive this one faster. Okay, again, just about the email, only thing on the page. So a little bit about me, just so you know. As far as my background, I attended Rich Central High School. It's a way south suburb in Olympia Fields. Anybody knows about it? Last year, I had the privilege of having one of my fellow alum who graduated with me have a daughter in class. It was so cool. I almost could barely continue because I was like, what? Someone's from here? I also went to UW-Madison. I'm a Badger, Big Ten, woo-woo. For my bachelor's degree, I actually went there and got a Bachelor of Pre-Med in Science. Not like pre-med, it has an emphasis, but lots of science information, but my major was math. I didn't think about teaching till after I graduated. Then, since I graduated, my grandma had passed away, changed my whole life on what I wanted to do. And instead of being a doctor, I chose to be a teacher. And I decided I need some teaching courses, maybe. So I went to the University of Chicago in Hyde Park and got my first master's degree. After a while, I was guided by a couple of bosses, my father-in-law who was a principal, and my mom who's passed away. And she said, hey, go ahead and do some more. So I got a second master's degree in case I want to be a principal or somebody higher up in administration. My experience, I've been here at LT since 1999, so I'm well seasoned. Before I became a teacher, I subbed at 10 different high schools in all kinds of subjects because I'm certified to teach in some of the sciences and was once Spanish, so biology, chemistry, physics, Spanish. That was all really cool. I wasn't sure even what age I wanted to teach. I became a permanent sub at one of the high schools, and someone had went off on military leave. Supposed to be gone 2 months, ended up 6 months. And I was able to help teach biology. I found that giving and anatomy and physiology too, really high up junior, senior course. It was hard because they thought I was like their buddy, their little friend. I was like 23. And also it was kind of hard because giving kids scalpels is scary. Those teachers who teach, people how to cook, you're the most amazing, fearless people. You give them fire and knives. I don't know how you do that. So I also have coached gymnastics, soccer, and cheerleading for many years, many, many years. So those are fun things. I have children now, so I haven't coached in a while for those, but I have coached steppers since it began. I also taught fourth grade for 1 year, but high school is my favorite. Here's my family that I was speaking of. I am married. I have a husband. I have 3 sons. My first child off to college. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you moms and dads do it. You're the most amazing people. That was seemingly one of the toughest things ever to see my child go bye-bye. You raise them well, though, I guess, and you hope they'll do what they're supposed to do. We have pets, and it's in quotation marks because we no longer have pets. There were goldfish who passed away. My first 2 children, when they were 5 and 2, named them Samson, Goldie, and Stripey. So Goldie and Stripey were named when they were 5 and 2, okay, by those 2 kids. And then as I had the third child, I had one of the children named Samson because as a Sunday school teacher, we had a Sunday school lesson on Samson. And so they're all passed away now in fish heaven. So here are some of my goals of what I really want to give students, of course, academic skills, but some social skills too. We talk about that in Zoom. We have some different kind of social skills in Zoom. Provide some kind of supportive and fun environment. And it says classroom. It's a Zoom classroom. It's still a classroom, just different. Okay. And of course, we want to help students make new friends and discover new interests if at all possible. We talked about some of these interests in the beginning of the school year when we just trying to get to know each other. And there were some things I hadn't heard of that some of the students did. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. So with our Zoom classroom community, I really want everybody to just try to be kind. Just try to be nice to each other. It's a tough time. Some of the information we gave on the first day was I showed them a silly Jumanji clip from the first movie Jumanji, not the one from Robin Williams, but the one with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and the comedian Kevin Hart. And it was from the first film. It had some choice words, sorry, but it was just so funny. It's as if, it starts off with The Rock. He touched his chest, his heart, and it popped up and it had skills like strengths and weaknesses. But I told the students, just do likes and dislikes. For example, some of my likes that I told them was I like dancing and I absolutely love dessert. Some of my dislikes are choice words, which are bad words. You know, the cuss words of 4 letters and things like that. Even friggin', I don't want to hear those. No put downs. Find positivity. Kids think everything's funny about negativity. Ooh, your haircut. Ooh, your outfit. Try to be nice. And of course, just give respect. And that is all encompassing. And I gave them some examples in class about what I expect for respect. Homework. I assign homework almost every class, period. So if you're in my first hour, though, I only see you Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So that's when you get assigned, and you have that Wednesday and Friday to kind of catch up and get some questions answered. Canvas will show every assignment, right, for all the tasks for each scheduled meeting day. And the assignments will usually be on the Delta Math website. So make sure your child has, go ahead and create an account. I believe everyone has just about a created account. We have a few students who are still absent for whatever reason. Maybe they're missing. I had some new ones show up recently. Your homework is due right at the beginning of each class. I ask students if they have questions. Some say no, but every class have had some questions, which is really great. That means they're like, am I doing this right? Is this good? Some of it's just technology navigation. So I'm not the most technology savvy, so I try to help them as best I can. What's really cool about the Zoom classroom is they help each other right away, right off the bat. So that's cool. If you have any kind of absence, just send me an email. I've already had a couple of absences and they sent me an email and we got everything squared away right away. Infinite Campus has all the grades. I hope you received my hello email. If not, let me know. Here's our availability. So Tuesday through Friday, every morning I'm available. On Mondays, that's for us as teachers for PLC, to be able to have that professional learning community and help one another. Every day after classes from 2:50 to 3:15, I'm available also. Send an email. I have quite a few kids do that. I want math to build consistency. You see, consistency isn't like bold print. It's got a capital letter C. Math really builds. What we learned on Tuesday will help you for what's going on Thursday, will help you, will help you, will help you. But if you don't do the practice, life is hard. It's like everything thrown at you at once instead of a little bit at a time. It's just kind of tough sometimes when you do it that way, or when you miss out and you're missing some things. Think about that Jenga game when you're putting in the pieces, you pull out a piece, everything falls. And so that's kind of tough sometimes, but we can kind of help each other out by emailing and making sure we communicate well. I really believe in the growth mindset. Some don't, and that's your prerogative. Some people think this is what you're born with, this is what you learn. Some people think math is a gene, like green eyes or red hair. It's not. I've had parents tell me, I didn't get math either, neither did my wife, so my child won't. You never know. You never ever know. My dad can't dance a lick. I'm scared when I see him snapping he can't. When we got married, I asked my mom, did you fix dad? Can he dance? Will he embarrass me on the dance floor? He did okay. But my mom and I, we danced really well. So I was just worried, but turned out fine. Just because you may not have that math mindset doesn't mean your child won't. And just because they don't think they have it, they might. They might just be misunderstood. They might just be afraid. And so my goal is to break away that fear. My goal is to give some confidence. And sometimes students, well, I'm only smart in English. Okay, well, that's your mindset, that's your idea, but you never know. And maybe you're not going to be the most amazing, spectacular mathematician, but you're still a mathematician. If you can add 1 + 1, you're a mathematician. We've just got levels of your mathematician skills, and I hope to increase those levels. I do want to have fun. I'm goofy, I'm silly, I'm crazy, but I still, of course, want us to be as respectful as possible with all that. So I showed them the silly traffic video. That video was hilarious. It's about how there was a time when we had cars, horses, people walking, bikes, everything. And there were no lanes, there were no stop signs, there was no stop lights. It was kind of scary, but it was cool for the kids to see it. All right, that's all. Hopefully we have a great school year, and I enjoyed talking to you. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and stop recording. Bye.